It's no lie, players of simulator games love their effects and what's familiar to them. So in today's video, I will show you guys some systems that most simulator games have and that boost the quality and feel of your game. But with that, let's get started. Okay, so the first system I want to show you guys is a pet info hover system, like you would see in every simulator inventory, where if you hover your mouse cursor over your pet in your inventory, then a little display pops up with the pet name and the rarity. Now, a cool thing is that you can add add-ons which look like this. We have a phoenix that's has the mythical rarity, and it has a whole bunch of tags and add-ons with it. As you can see, it dynamically changes the size of the frame, and it even doesn't go off screen. So how you guys can get this in your game is I have everything packaged up into a model that you can insert right into your game. So it will come with this module script with the text labels inside of it, and also the pet info frame. Now this other screen's UI has two frames, and it's nothing too crazy. They both have a data module script that contains the information, and also a local script which looks like this, that basically just detects when your cursor goes over the frame and when it leaves, and also updates the position of the frame so it stays on screen. So if we look into our simple data module, we can insert the text we want to display. So here we have the cat, and also we can send in a gradient or a color. So as you can see, for the name of the cat, we are sending in a gradient template, which is in my replicated storage that we just send in there, that it clones and uses. And also for our rarity text label, we set it to basic and send in a gray color. So I'm doing it this way just because I don't have an actual game here, so I'm just going off of, basically nothing, because I don't have a game to go off of. So I'm just storing the data inside of the frame, and in the local script I am getting requiring the data module script and all of that. And something else I should let you guys on about is in the data there are a few different ways of putting in data. So if we go to our pet info organizer, we have the name, the rarity, and there's something called an add-on text label and generic. So if we head back into our game and look at this, the text labels that are titled event are called add-ons. So you could tag it as golden, shiny, exclusive, like stuff like that. And so the generic ones are just other little bits of information, like how many exist and maybe the chances of you hatching it, stuff like that. So there are 4 different text labels, and how you actually use those is you set it here. So name, rarity, and if you want an add-on, you say add-on 2, add-on 3, add-on 4, etc. And then here I say exists, but that's basically just generic, because in the script we are checking for keys. Where's it at? Here, add-on. So we're looking for add-on in the table, and so if it doesn't find any of that, you can just title whatever, it'll just be set to generic. The next system I would like to show you guys is a currency pop-up system. So in part 2 of my effect series, I've showed you guys how to make currency that pops out of a part, and once you're in a range of that part, then it will go to your character. Now this system is a way to display the amount of currency you gained, like you would see in Pet Simulator. And once again, everything you need for this system will be in a model, which will be in the description. It comes with this amount, int value, this module script, and the billboard. Now currently the billboard has no image label, so I will leave that to you guys to put in a coin image label or whatever you want. Switch it up however you guys would like. So how we use this system is all we gotta do is head into a local script, get the play currency pop-up, and then we're just going to wait 3 seconds until this runs, and then we're going to make a for loop which will run 5 times. And so we will play currency pop-up and send in some random numbers, so 0 to 100, and then we're going to wait. And then just to show how the system stacks, I'm going to wait 6 seconds, play currency pop-up, math.random 0 to 100. So now if we head into the game, you will see that the coins stack up as we get them. So see, nice little effect there. It pops up and stacks and then it goes away, and then the stack refreshes back to 0, and then we got 13 from this last one down here. And if you guys are dealing with big numbers that are in the thousands and greater, so let's say 5,000 and up, you guys would want to format the number of the text label, because as you can see, the bigger the number, it'll be harder to read for a lot of people. So we can fix this by using a format number module. And there are a lot of format number modules out there, but I will show you guys the one I use, and once again, the model will be in the description. But the reason why I like this module so much is that it's just easy to use for the different formats, and also you can use it to format your time. So you could use this module in the play currency pop-up, but I'm just going to do it in the local script. So I'm going to get format number alt, and then all we got to do to use it is take this math.random and throw it into format number alt. And here we have a few different options. So format compact basically just formats the number into what you would see in most simulators. So like 1000 would be 1K. So format compact, we can send in that there. And also, if you guys are wondering about adding more tags, as you can see here, the suffixes are right here. So K, M, B, T, and after this would be quadrillion, and etc, etc. So now that we have that in place, we can go ahead and play the game, and our numbers will be formatted. Okay, yeah guys, I'm kind of dumb because I didn't think of this, but obviously we can't format the number sending it in, because we're sending in the number we want to be added here, and we can't add 1K to 0. So we have to format it in the module script, so we can just get rid of this and send in our math.random like that. And then in here, let's put this up here, format number alt, and then we can display here. So we can take this format compact, and then that. And it would also be a good idea to get rid of this toString, and then we're going to put this line right here as well, just like that. So now if we head into our game, our numbers should be formatted just like that. But let's say you guys didn't want to format your number like this. Maybe you want to format it with commas like you would see in Swarm Simulator. Well, we would change format compact to format integer. And so if we head back in, our number will be formatted with commas to really show that the number is bigger. Just like that. Okay guys, so this next thing I'm going to cover is something I've already covered on the channel, and that is the ezVisualz module, which allows you to add animated gradients and strokes to your text labels and frames. So if you want a more in-depth tutorial, then you guys can go check out that video, but I'm just going to have a little basic rundown on how you can create stuff like that here. But I need to first make a frame and a text label. Okay guys, so here is our frame and our text label. Now let's add an animated gradient to it. So we're going to insert a local script and get our variables. And then after that, we are going to get an effect from ezVisualz.new. And so the first thing we send in is the thing, the UI instance we want the effect to be on. So we're going to say the frame for right now. And then there is an effect type. Now using this method, there are pre-made effects. So if we go into the module and look at the gradient templates, we can see that there is some for the gradients, and there's also some presets with a whole bunch of options. So we're going to pick the rainbow one for right now. So rainbow, and then along with that, we can send in the speed. So I'm just going to say 1 and size 1. So if we do this and head into our game, as you can see, we have a rainbow gradient. Now we can play around with a few different things. If we send in rainbow stroke, it applies a rainbow effect to the stroke as well. As you can see there, we could probably up the size on that. So, that's speed. And then there you go, that's a bigger stroke. But what if you guys wanted to create a custom gradient without the help of presets? Well, what we are going to do is get a new gradient from ezVisualz.gradient.new. And so the first thing here, just like previously, we can send in the frame or the text label. I'm just going to do the frame again for right now. And then we send in a color sequence. So a color sequence is color sequence points made up together in a table to make up our gradient. So we're going to say color sequence dot new, and then we make a new table, and then we can say color sequence key point dot new, and this takes a time and a color. Now for the color sequence, it always has to start at 0 and end at 1. So start at 0, and we're going to put in a color. So we're going to send in a reddish color, just like that. Put a comma and copy this at 0.5, or sorry, we're gonna do 1 for right now. At 1, we're gonna do orange. So it would be a red and orange gradient. So then we could say gradient. To make it move, we can say gradient set offset speed, and for offset we're gonna say 1, acceleration 1. If we head into the game, oh yeah, that's my bad guys, I always forget to put in the transparency sequence. So we could send in a number sequence for the transparency, but I want to be able to see it clearly, so I'm going to put in 0. If we head back into our game, we can see that our gradient is there, but it's clipping. Now how do we fix that? Well, when you make your gradients, at the end you want it to end with the color that you start with. So to fix this, I'm going to replace 1 with 0.5 and copy my red color here again and put it at the end and change the time to 1. Now if we head into our game, we can see we have a nice gradient moving along, just like you would see in all those simulators. Now if we wanted to set the rotation, rotation gradient, we would say set rotation, and then we could say 90 and 1. Now as you can see, it flips it, so it's going down. If we were to change this to a negative 90, then it would go up just like that. And if we wanted to do this for the text label, then we would replace frame with text label, head into your game, and just like that, it's really, really easy to use. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to show off for this video is something that I've already showed off in my Discord server in my creations channel. And it's basically just a cool little orb effect that goes to your character. It's kind of similar to everything you've seen in my previous videos, just a little spin onto it. And I thought it was just kind of cool to add into this video. Now, obviously, since we're dealing with orbs, I need to make one. So let's go do that real quick. Okay, so now we have the orb, so we can chuck that and replicate as storage and also insert a new module script. And we're just going to call this orb, or well, probably orbs, just to change the name up. And then we can start with this script. Okay guys, so this is our script done. It's just a simple function. When we call play, we loop through it the amount of times that we send in, so the amount of parts we want. It clones it and then also gets a random x and y for each part, which is a random x and y between the ranges of -3 and 20. And then in pre-render, we are adding delta time to our elapsed time and making sure it is divided by the duration, and then also clamping it between 0 and 1. And then down here, we are using Bezier curves. So I just got this off of Google. It's nothing really that advanced. You can just type in Bezier curve algorithm and copy that and send it in here. But we are getting the starting position, the midpoint, which takes care of the arc, and then P1 here, and then just throwing that into new position and setting the clone's position to the new position. And then the reason why we clamp is so we can easily detect when the duration or the animation is over. Then we can disconnect everything and tween the parts out. So how we can use this is a local script, get the module, and then we're gonna wait a few seconds and then say orbs.play duration. We're gonna say it takes 0.5 seconds for it to reach the character, 5 orbs, and then we're just going to make it come out of the middle of the world. So if we head into our game now, after 3 seconds, there is our parts that go in their random directions. So let's change a little bit of values here. Let's set it to 1 for the duration, and it takes a little bit longer. And then you can also see the parts tween out. And let's see, let's raise it to 15 and 0.5 again. So then there will be 15 parts spawning just like that. Very, very nice. But yeah guys, this was today's video. If you guys did learn something from this video, or you guys enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.